Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another awesome episode of the Cash Flow Agent Show, where I believe that cash flow is a really good addition. If you're gonna get addicted to something, might as well get addicted to cash flow, right? It is the stability. It's gonna allow you to have more option in life. It's gonna allow you to have to maintain the lifestyle, especially in when the market is shifting, right? But anyway, without further ado, I'm super excited to bring you on the panel today with Billy, Tuan, our YouTube superstar Tara, of course, also May, and then Tuan, right, our newest icon agent. So if you have not heard about EXP, in order to reach the icon agent, mean that you are in the top 5% of the company. And I think I recall in the recording, right, Tuan is not only in the top 5%. She's actually number 34 in the company right now as far as production for solo agent. But yeah, well, without further ado, I'm gonna let you jump straight into this recording to see how all of these high producer they stay productive and what they are doing right now as far as lead generation in order to stay on top of their game, and their business is actually better than ever before, right? So super excited, cannot wait to hop on again and listen to this with you. So if you are driving, I would suggest you listen to it again, or if you are sitting in front of your computer, take your pen and paper out, because they're gonna share so much stuff, and all you need is one or two takeaway and implement it into your business. All right, anyway, I'm gonna give you the panel now. Tell us a little bit about yourself and brag with us. What is your achievement? What are you so proud of right now? Tell us.
Most of you guys probably already know, but I just came back from the hospital after being there for 2 weeks in a hospital. But I'm out for the last 3 weeks, and thank God I got a second chance at life. It's been changes your whole perspective. But as far as the other achievement, so we used to be at another company, but we started our own company, Lockett Lending. Different name, but same people, same service, same low rates. Lockett Lending.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
And I believe you have some giveaway today.
Oh yeah, we have some Lockett Lending hats over there, some white hats, black hats. Feel free to take some. Wear.
So if you want to cap, make sure to get some hats.
Cap.
Yeah, so I like spice it around. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to want one.
And then today's event is not gonna be possible without Tuan. So Tuan, wrap.
So you have one to my name anyway, like just in case you don't know me. I'm in real estate for almost 6 years, and 4 years with other broker. Just joined EXP in May 2021. I'm so blessed and so happy that I did it. Yeah, my production is go very, very well, and able to build a team of 34 people and able to have them in the production. Yeah.
You are so humble, Tuan. So if you are not with EXP, if you go to our leaderboard, you're gonna see that Tuan is actually agent number 34 in the entire United States.
And in fact, I think that I scroll down the top 100 agent in at EXP, and only like 3 Vietnamese agents, and Tuan is one of them. So proud.
Men, who are you?
Hi everybody, my name is Min or May. Me and Tara are coming from Houston. So we used to come here like a lot more often, but it's really good to be back. I am a mom of 2, and that's kind of what I'm very proud of right now. I just had my second one. He is 3 months old. So that will be my most proudest moment right now. But I'm really proud to be partnered up with a lot of rock stars in this room. I'm not gonna be able to escape for to spend time with the baby in the last 3 months without the pack of my rock stars that working up with me. Yeah, that's very much where I'm at right now.
Well, again, I would say Min is probably one of the few agents that I know that was able to hit, the top 5% in the company as far as production while working part-time, guys, right? She have a full-time job. She's a mom of two. She's doing all this crazy thing, and in the meantime, she's able to achieve a production goal. So congratulations to us.
Thank you.
Yeah. I actually gonna leave you for last. I'm gonna jump to final. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Tom, or I go by Tyler. It's my first time I can, and
Wow.
yeah, I was able to achieve this achievement within the last month of being like before the anniversary day. So that was my biggest proud moment this time. I also know as a software developer guy, right now I'm still working at that job. And I'm doing this part for
My team.
part time.
Yeah, so I really don't know how to do it because most of the people they don't know my backstory before EXP, right? When I joined EXP, I'm one of the few people, the few OG, if you will. I can barely cap it first year, all right. I think like 50% or something, 60%, and then I cap my second year, and then after that, I started getting iPhone. So for you, just hitting your production in iPhone, the top 5% of the company within the first year is just something that all of us here, we're looking to learn more from you today.
Right, I will. I'll go into more detail once we're done with the panel.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. And then, last minute, but I'm super excited, to have our superstar to come here today. So for those that do not watch YouTube, Tara, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Tara. If you don't know me, so I'm a full-time agent and a part-time YouTuber. So I've been in real estate for like 3 years, and I've been like 2 years as a full-time agent. And my first year, next year, this is the second year, and I'm able to double production in this year. So far so good. And my goal for next year is double this year, even the market kind of changing right now, market shift right now. But I strongly believe that we can make it happen if you have like a strong system. So this is all about me. I'm gonna share more about YouTube. I love to share what I've been through for like 2 years doing YouTube, upside and downside. But the thing is, unfortunately, today topic is not about social media. But anyway, I would love to share. If you have any question about YouTube or being a full-time agent, how I can hit my first year to be at icons, even the second year at icons. So I like to share. You can ask a question.
Yeah. So when I first met you, Tara, you actually a new agent too, unlike other people know. Yeah. And then I don't know what it is, but really I believe that one of your main method of lead generation we're going to talk about today, YouTube and social media is really take your business to the next level. So if all the panel here, we cannot wait to ask you the question, right? So be ready.
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of humble when she said double her production this year or next year. What is your production for this year?
My first year being a real estate agent, my production was 14 million, and
Only
this year 30 million.
Only 30 million. She's shooting for 60 million next year.
Yeah,
it's no kidding. Yeah.
no kidding.
Okay. Whatever coming out of her mouth, take note, right? But really coming back with you, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the elephant, the big elephant in the room, if you will. So, we're talking about high interest rate environment right now, and you are actually telling me that it's actually good for buyers. So tell me why.
Well, yes, so the old way of doing things, right? Last year, with all your agents, you know that, hey, you're trying to convince your buyers to put in 50, 60, 80,000 over the price. Because artificially the rates were low, right? Because you're competing against 30, 40 offers.
Yeah.
That's the old way. And if a price came in low, your buyer would have to come in with the difference, right? And that's a very hard conversation.
Yeah.
The new way, which is now, even though interest rates are higher, there's less buyers, less competition. So you're getting maybe under list price, right? And you're maybe getting 10, 15,000 seller concession on top of the lower list price.
Oh, wow.
So even though it's a higher interest rate, you can use the seller concession to buy down the interest rate. So there's two ways to buy down the interest rate. You know, the first way is permanently buying it down for 30 years, or the new way is just temporary buying it down for 2 years, and you can get into fours. So I'll go into details with that individually
Okay.
Later.
Also, if you don't mind, let's just dive into right now. I believe you're talking about, you know, the buy down, the 2-1 buy down model. Tell us a little bit about that and how it's going to help buy.
Well, the reason why a lot of lenders are pushing the 2-1 buy down is everyone believes that rates will fall down again in 2 years. So what happens in 2 years when rates just drop? You're gonna have more competition, right? The home prices go up. You're gonna have 30 offers again, right? So now, as if you buy it now, your home might only be 500,000 if you buy it now. But in a couple of years, when rates are low again, that neighbor that just moved in, they could have bought it for 540, 550, 560. So they're overpaying even though the interest rate is lower.
Yeah.
But you already own the house at 500,000. But guess what? You can just refinance at a lower rate. And just like meet everybody else.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I hate to say it, you know, but y'all used to say it, you know, marry the house, take the rate, that kind of thing.
Yes.
I can't.
I mean, you can always refinance the rate, but you can't refinance a sales price.
Yeah.
You got it,
There you go.
right? That's my thing is when our team over there educates the buyers, we want to make sure that we educate the realtors too, so that the realtors can pass on the information to the buyers. Because right now, even though rates are higher, well, actually rates dropped a bunch today.
Yeah.
So just
That's a
a big dip today. But anyways, it is a good time to buy if it's a right location, right house, and if you can afford the payments. And if you can afford the payments, guess what? In a year, 2 years, when rates are lower, then you're gonna have a bonus, right?
Yeah.
But your neighbor who's just moved in, you already know they've overpaid.
Yeah.
Right, for the house because rates are low.
Yep.
So the best time to buy something is when there's not a lot of competition.
Yep.
Do you guys agree with that?
Absolutely. Boss, speaking about, you know, your team is actually helping realtor, you know, coach, you know, them on what to say to the buyer when the rate high. Then let's just do some quick script practice right now. You know, like ring, you know, hey, the rate's so high, you know, I don't think if I should buy or not. What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? You go.
Oh, as the buyer's calling in?
Yeah.
Well, I would just say the same thing as
Yeah.
what I said.
Yeah.
Right now, basically, yes, the rate may be high, but you're gonna have a better deal on the sales price.
Yeah.
And when you have a better deal on the sales price, you have a seller concession that can help you buy down the rate.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah.
so there's a couple ways to buy down a rate, permanent way and a temporary way, and we'll educate the buyers that way and see which one fits their needs.
Yeah.
Sometimes they want security, so they want the full 30 years,
Yeah.
but you know, the average American refinances every 3 to 4 years and buys a new primary house every 5 years or so.
Yeah.
So I mean, chances are it's not gonna be permanent. You know, you're gonna be moving around, life change. You need to expand your family, expand your house, or whatever it is, or the corporation decides to send you to Atlanta, Georgia to work or something, you know.
Wow, good stuff, good great. Hey, Brian, the rate's so high right now. Should I buy?
Hi. You know, it's always a good time to buy. So first of all, where are you currently looking? You know, I'll ask there.
See,
more
move
about
right to the
it.
script.
Right into the script. Just want to know what is your motivation, right? Your family is going bigger. Are you planning to move? So, you know, it's not a matter of the rate anymore. It's the motivation, why you need to move. And then we can work on from there.
Now I can tell you, now I can understand why you are the icon agent. You know the script, right? It did not care about anything else but the seller or the buyer motivation, right? You need to figure that out first. Until you figure it out, nothing else matters, right? We only work with people who need to sell houses, who need to buy houses, not with people who want to be, you know, who want a house, who buy a house, right? So that's the difference. And by just like get it out right off the around the phone call, right? You know, to stop wasting his time. So well, there you go, the icon agent. Now we know why.
You know everything.
Yeah. So moving on, you know, to this lady right here, you know, I know that I think everybody have kids, right? Yeah, except you, of course. Yeah. So,
He's a baby.
My goal for next year.
so let's just shift on the topic about time management, right? So Tuan, you are the agent number 34 in the United States. You are the leader of the pack here. You are the tip of the spear. You serve your agent, but at the same time, you're able to keep the same amount of production, right? Both you and me. So just share a little bit about how you're able to do that, right? How do you juggle your time between everything else that's going on?
Yeah, time management is very important, but the two things that I like to point out, one is delegate the work, and the second is the system. So if you got the good system, before joining XP, I went a small broker and literally no training. I've been struggling with close 3 to 4 deals a month, and it just keep repeating. I have no way out, no way to really scale it up. So what can I do? Like what kind of system or how can I do get the work out people? Because you have no team. How can like you delegate out the showing? How can you like got a good system to manage it? So you definitely cannot bring the people to helping you. So when I listened to the concept of EXP and I saw all the technology and then said, okay, here probably the best way for me to have in the production. Remember at that time I have no interest in building team. I tell May and Hui, hey, I'm not going to build any team. I'm here to leverage all technology and the system to scale up my business in production. So I jump in, I quick study about KP core, so I don't like manually to follow up the client anymore. And I using the transaction management program. So by that, I can bring the TC come in to helping me and train the people who do paperwork, offer and listing for me. And then I building the marketing system that can bring another people. I actually like leverage out to Vietnam right now to people who do marketing for me, so I can lower the cost. Yeah. So a way bring up in the good system, create a system that you can show up and you work. Because like you have no system, you're not gonna do anything. And then able to delegate that work to people. So your main job is just focus on your goal, production, talking to client, and then build up the team. Whoever you can talk with my team. I started building my team back then, October last year, and we got 34 people right now. And all of them, we put them in the schedule, like if they knew and if they in the 90 days that I have to follow up with them every week, every 2 weeks. And if they're able to get the contract, we have to follow up to make sure and monitor it. So that contract not fell through, especially in this market.
Yeah.
Like buyer can trade right on the closing day. I don't want to close. You never know. Yeah, again.
Yeah, I gotta reiterate on that point quick, because I just go to the dentist, so I'm gonna use the dentist analogy. You go into a dentist office, not the dentist, but somebody's gonna check you in, somebody's gonna check your X-ray, somebody's gonna do the cleaning, and then when it comes to the real work of, let's say, fixing your teeth, and then the dentist is gonna do it, right? So in your real estate business, if you are the one who gonna do everything in front of your client, number one, you treat it like a job, and number two, you actually look super unprofessional in front of the seller and buyer because you're the one who do everything. So just think about it that way, right?
Yeah, and it's very hard because you think there's a job, there's a career, and you want to maintain the same quality when it comes to client. Like, how can I practice this part of work out to other people? I need to be the one who show up and do all the work to remain the same quality. But it's not going to happen. I mean, you cannot go far and you cannot go with high production. It's just yourself because you got 24 hours. Everyone got 24 hours.
Yeah.
And if you don't like leverage other people, then
well, so moving to May, 2-time icon agent, 1-time, 2 kids. I don't know what else you do. You owning a restaurant. Yeah. Okay. Go.
I think that Tú already hit a lot of good points, and I totally agree with when it comes to leveraging out your task. And I think what I
what helped me to, to help me bring where I'm at right now is leverage is the most important, right? Like Tuan mentioned, like system, technology, people, whatever that can help you to, not spending your time, but somebody else or a system, something else that help you to do the things that you're supposed to do by yourself. So definitely transaction coordinator helped me out a lot. Showing concierge, showing agent really helped me a lot. I also collaborate with other agents in my team. We can work together with the deal. And then, whenever the client need, if I'm busy, somebody else gonna help them. And I know that somebody else gonna really take care of them. And you only have 24 hours a day at the end of the day, and you want to spend time with your kids if you have kids, family, your better half. So just kind of time it in a smart way. And I really focusing on prioritize my task, and I'm gonna focusing on the tasks that gonna help me generate the most when it comes to income. So I prioritize based on my income producing tasks. So if this gonna help me to produce this much, I'm gonna focus it first. If this task gonna help me to grow the team, I'm gonna focus this first. And I laid out everything else. If I have more time during a day, I'm gonna do it. So definitely plan out ahead of time when it comes to your day, your task. Have somebody that or a system that keep track with your deadlines, because if you are helping your buyers, it's gonna be a deadline for inspection, deadline for appraisal, a lot of deadlines, so make sure that you have that very well organized, so you don't wake up at the middle of the night and like, oops, I may miss the the auction period. And then yeah, I think last but not least, I feel truly blessed to be surrounded with really smart people, very high productive people. I learn from them. So when I hang out with Tara, my kids hang out with Tara kids, and in the meantime, we can discuss about, what's up with the market. What are you doing right now that helping your, your production? And we share knowledge, and I learn a lot from her. And then of course from Tuan and everybody else. So that kind of helped me to save a lot of time trying to figure things out by myself. Instead, I know somebody that, doing this with me, and we collaborate, we share knowledge together.
Okay. Well, one point I want to stress, is actually listing your task out and figure out which one is the, is the most task that pay you the most money, right? So if you list out, there's probably like 100 things that need to be done from the transaction, from the moment the contract get executed, from the contract get closing, right? And actually uploading the paperwork, writing the amendment, those, it's actually what I call like a $5 task, right? A virtual assistant, maybe a high school kid, you train them, they are willing to do that for $5 an hour. So if you are doing those tasks right now, you're actually paying yourself $5 an hour, right? And then you ask us why, hey, why I cannot scale, right? That's the reason, because you are doing the $5 task. Mm-hmm. So I hope that if you don't have a TC, go ahead and get a TC right now. The moment I get a TC, my business just get straight to the next level. Right? Any other tip regarding time management? Tara and Mike.
For me, it's like my that I'm a YouTuber, so it's 90% of my leads from YouTube. So my first year was I was so struggling with dealing with all the leads. I'm just like one man band. So all the thing I do like take phone call, I do contract, almost everything I do. So when I see I got more leads, and I'm gonna build a system. So it's just like the one mentioned, that's the system. Build a strong system. And the first you need to build a model. So right now, if it's like I have assistant, I have follow-up team. So if somebody call me and my assistant just pick up the phone, ask questions, general questions, and then she gonna send out the link to Rocket Landing, of course, and then follow-up task, my follow-up team gonna contact to the clients, send them the listing, So the follow-up team is gonna be the main contact. So after that, they're gonna talk to me. So I'm the one doing the deal. If they see a house, I'm gonna show them the house. I do have the agent show the house too. Mm-hmm. So after they say, okay, let's do the offer. And I'm the one, kind of negotiation, how much we're gonna offer, and then inspections, So all the stuff that I do kind of in the last minute. So we have
So first and first, I think we need to have a team structure, like a model, and a second, the strong system. Like you have to build a strong system and a positive lead. And people is very important too. So that's why, because right now I feel so relaxed. So even my production this year like double, but I feel so much relaxed. So first and first, you need to build like strong system.
But Tara, I want you to show my house. I want you to show my house. Everybody else.
Yeah, the pretty girl. that I have.
Yeah, well, actually, at this year I don't go show a lot because I want to spend time to do something else. Because I want to focus on marketing because I think marketing is huge. So even I'm currently like most of my productions right now, the leads from YouTube, but I want to expand to another platform. So I'm focused on marketing and instead of the time to go showing, I can like hire agents showing agents or my husband he also real estate can show it for me. But if it's their special client,
VIP.
I will show them because he's the thing, guy. When they see you on YouTube, they kind of know you. So I have a lot of friends in YouTube for like years, 2 years, and they expect to see me, in person. So that's why when they kind of like makes them a little disappointed when somebody shows the house. So I'm still showing, or I'm gonna show up like on the inspection day. This is or on the closing day.
Wow, inspection and then closing. I wish I can be like Tara, but that's actually a good point. So usually when you scale up, you definitely cannot go to any showings, right? Every showings.
Yeah,
So so maybe you can attend the first one, so you can introduce yourself with in person with your client, and then later on you're gonna allow it to use your showing concierge. But the first one or any important moment like inspection, closing.
Yeah. Well, I still call them after if it's they want to make an offer. I'm the one main contact after the offer. So and then after that, if the house get a contract, and then my TC, my follow-up team gonna follow every step, like inspection of course I'm gonna do it. And they're gonna follow up for the option days. And after that, they're gonna follow up with the the loan official to see how to process the loan.
Yeah.
So and if it's something happen, of course I'm the one jump in to help them. And they kind of feel more confident to work with me instead of my team. Yeah, you are still the main contact.
Yeah, so Tara just touched a lot upon about team building. So I'm gonna explore that a little bit, and especially with building. Could you tell us a little bit, because I know that you're not the one who run the whole show. So tell us a little bit about your team and what does your team look like, who's doing what, and especially what they are doing to help the real estate agent.
So our team, similar to what everyone said here, you have to leverage everyone to have their own special role so that you can go in and just like your doctor's office, the dentist office, right? So she's like the dentist, right? She just shows up for the main important stuff and all that. So our team over here, we have, of course, when the lead comes in, we have loan assistant 1, loan assistant 2. And then after that, loan processor, follow-up team, and all that good stuff afterwards.
Okay.
So to help the new realtors, what we do is not only do we continue to follow up on your current leads, but we want to make sure that they also stick with you as a realtor as well too. So we always follow up with them and make sure that, hey, have you found any homes? Have you looked with Duan lately? Blah blah blah. So we want to mention that. So that they won't forget. Right, and so of course we have a spreadsheet and make sure that where we got the leads from, who's the realtor that's in the lead, and we want to make sure that when they get pre-approved, we send it right back. So that's one of the ways we want to make sure that we're loyal back to the realtor.
Yeah, so try to kind of hop on piggyback on this topic. One of the most important relationship that a real estate agent have is actually a relationship between you and the lender. So I believe that you have been working with Tuan here. You're supporting us and Tuan team a lot. So Tuan and Billy, tell us a little bit about your professional relationship and how does it actually help the buyer and seller a lot, versus like two random realtor and the random loan officer work together.
Well, I guess so. Me and her, I met her when she first started, and that was at a closing. You know, most loan officers don't go to closing, but I make sure I'm there. I'm like a dentist. I show up, and I met her at the closing long time ago. I guess 6 years ago.
Yeah,
Maybe?
I'll say five. I'll say
Five or
five,
six?
yeah.
Okay. So I met her, and then we started talking, and she liked how we closed back then, and then she sent me another customer, and then that's how you build trust that way, right? And then I guess ever since then, you know, we've been working together with her team, and she's working with our team. So, and then remember how last year you guys were getting multiple offers, this and that. So I noticed that, you know, when you're working with, when you're sitting in offers, you want to put in, hey, my buyers is pre-approved with my preferred lender who I've been working with for years. They've already checked credit, income, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Please call him with any questions about this offer, about the buyer, right? So of course, either we call the seller upfront or the seller calls us, and then we verify certain things and we make sure that the offer get accepted.
There you go. That's it. Yeah. I remember it's one of the first thing I look at, you know, back then when we have multiple offer, the first thing, you know, I do a lot of listing, and the first thing I would ask the buyer agent, is this your preferred lender? Question number one. If they say no, if that's an internet lender I cannot find, that offer is going to the bottom of the list. No question asked, right? If it's Bank of America, let's go to the bottom of the list. It needs to be a preferred lender, because I know that once the contract gets executed, you have total control to find whatever we can close or not. It's up to the lender.
Yeah.
So that is the utmost important question that I ask all the buyer agents versus 20 offer. It doesn't matter, you know, I ask a question first and then I move on to the price later. So super important. Yeah. So I know that you have pre-closing today, yes or no?
No.
Okay, I know you have to run, but let me just ask you a little bit, you know, could you share your journey, you know, to Icon, if you will? Because, you know, it's very inspiring for a new agent to actually hit it to the top 5% of the company. And by the way, this is not a small company, right? We have almost 100,000 agents now worldwide, and it's in the top 5%. Everybody is in the top 5%. So like, now share us a little bit about your journey, right? Like how your first deal,
right.
your first deal, how do you, what's your struggle? How do you cap, and how do you even get to the Icon in 1 year?
Oh my God, my first one. My first one actually is the break or make. I would say to today, because that was when I have all the headache from inspection, from appraisal to the last day of even loan closing and everything, right? So that is when I actually went through the whole experience. I would say what is the emotional side of the deal and how you've been through all that and understand from the client perspective. From that deal on, since I know that I have a great mentor here, which is the one, whenever I have questions or any situation that I have no experience on, I'm just like call her immediately to know that, okay, what would he do in that? I give my own opinion, and then she keep her comments on where this is the right thing to do or not. Yeah, and then moving on from that, I just try to do a lot of research, do every single thing on my own at this point. I know that a lot of rock star here trying to systemize and build like a good foundation in order to scale up. But for me, as a new real estate agent, I feel the importance of every single aspect of how you're gonna talk when you meet a new buyer or seller. How is like how to bring up that motivation, how to ask them a lot of questions. When are they buying, all the criteria, even though it's just a conversations, what you're trying to get is information in detail on them, right? And then you're trying to keep up with the contact, how you follow up on phone, email, all that stuff. It's just one of the piece. And then you go through with the contract, you go get it under contract, inspection, every single little piece it's a big puzzle. So I'm trying to master every single one of them. And then later on, now I feel confident enough so that I have my assistant at home, which was also my girlfriend.
Your boss.
Right. She's managed. Well, she's managed everything. She do the follow up and then also help me out, sending out like email to follow up and then ask whether or not they have any questions on the end. And then me going outside, trying to be lead generation, trying to put my face out there so that everybody recognize my name whenever I step into a room. So yeah, I think that is what my journey from the first year would be like. Right now, it's just lead generation game. Do a lot of coaching, follow a lot of big star YouTuber. I also follow her. YouTube is not easy, yeah, right. And then cold calling, circle prospecting, for sale by owner. I'm literally trying everything.
Oh, wow, good stuff. Wow. So moving on to the, to the super rock star here. So Tara, a lot of Asians, they're looking up to you, on how to create their first YouTube channel. So how are you gonna help a guy like me that, shy in front of the camera to actually get on YouTube?
Well,
Mine every day.
so I think speaking in the camera, in front of camera, that's more easy, and speaking, in the front of people, are you Gary? But sometimes for me, you have to challenge yourself. So you have to step out your comfort zones to be better version of yourself. So think about as if people can do it, why you can't, right? So I am designed to get to jump into a YouTube, or even, I'm very shy version. I'm like, when I'm speaking in the front of people, I'm like extremely nervous. But YouTube have taught me so much. To be confident myself and to get them so much better. But sometimes you think about it, if you want your business to level up to, another bigger, or faster, or how you like your career look like, how your vision. So I think like being a YouTube, like kind of find my niche, because there's a lot of buyer from the outside. Even they don't know, how Houston market or the Dallas market. So you kind of like educate them, like if here's in Houston, how much of the how Houston, here's community. So to kind of give them an idea, if it's some people, they don't have even the idea to move to Texas or to buy a house in Texas or even invest in Texas. But when they see your video, they was like, oh my God, that's 300,000 Texas views. It's like mentioned, and it's give them an idea, because I'm kind of focused on, target to like a billboard with stable income, have a saving account. So they have like a little money, they can afford a house in California, but in Texas they can afford a house. So but you have to push yourself, like how you want to challenge yourself, how big you want to grow up in this career, especially in real estate. And you have to set your mind strong, put, and your goal. And then I think that's, you can do it, like people can do, why not?
So help us. So help me. Let's say if I want to make my first video, right? What kind of house should I do? Should I rest apart?
It's more detail. Okay. So basically, I'm hired a professional camera to do it, but you can do it. You can do by your phone if you don't have a budget. So if like you're a newbie, you don't have anything, so you can do by phone. But doing YouTube, here's two things that you need to do. The first thing first is patience, like be patient. Because when you post your first video, like nobody know who are you. So that's why I keep telling people, let's be patient, the first key, and just keep doing it consistent. Because consistent is something that you have to do, not even on YouTube, you do it in your life, your workout, or even you follow up with the link. The consistent is something that, that you need to focus. So the question of you, just doing your font or your, if you have a budget that you can spend money on the marketing and hire a professional, they can do it for you. So my first 3 video, I never post on YouTube.
I want to see it.
So the way you do it, the more you do it, the more you confident. Just feel like because showing. Oh, okay. For the house, so I would recommend you do like model homes, because model homes have beautiful staging, and have a lot of things to talk about it. And especially you kind of like video amenities, you know, like pool, anything in the community, just give them like, wow, have 300 house and have a big pool, you know, working job or the lake, something like that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you know, but I think YouTube they have like a feature now. So that's like for Trixie, for example, if Trixie want to partner with you on the channel, she can actually mention your name with your permission, and then you know it's actually gonna boost the traffic to her channel. Is that right?
Not really.
Yes and no. Okay.
No.
But I just want to do a video with you. Can I do that?
Hey, if you want, you know, try to get yourself on the video as much as possible, because somehow the YouTube can recognize your face, you know, and they kind of like optimize and then, you know, like push the video to, you know, more audience. So first and first, make sure that you keep it, do it every week. Don't give up, guys.
Can I borrow your face? And then, so YouTube gonna recognize it.
Something about the YouTube, like a key point or something as a secret. So the thumbnail is very important. So make sure put your face on the thumbnail. Don't skip up that.
She spent like hour on thumbnails.
Because the YouTube is, I mean, the thumbnail is the one to make, you know, yeah, make a click, more click, or you know, impression click, something like that.
Just put her thumbnail on your.
New video. This is what Tara told me. And
Tara who?
Yeah. So
Good question.
So yeah, so for the first few weeks, I do really have the script, okay, what I'm gonna say in the video, but the more you do is, you know, the kind of like you professional, you know, and you don't have to be a script in your head. But for something is like you need to get highlight, you know, and then just if it's something you forgot, say cut and then you know redo it. But of course for the first like 10 or 20 video, I need to have the script in hand.
yeah, I know that there's another agent in our group now. She actually spent hours writing script. Yeah. So those videos look 20 minutes. You know, it's actually, you know, the background behind it is like, you know, like hour an hour. And I believe that if you post like 2 videos a week, you're gonna become like a full-time YouTuber. Right?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah, so that's why, you know, again, back to building team and system and leverage, you know, you need other people to help yourself.
Yeah, help in the back, you know, and have more time to focus on what you do.
You hire professionals to do your editing first, one when you just do it yourself.
I have a question of it. Yeah, from the beginning to the.
It will take you a lot of time.
Yes, I mean you can't do it by yourself. Everything you have to outsource it to level up.
All right, so moving on, you know, back to one of the hot topic right now because the market is shifting. So my question for each of the panel right now is one of the most effective way for generating business right now, and does it still working in today's market? You know, do I go ahead? What do you do to generate so much business?
Yeah, so talking about the lead gen, so every time like I'm talking to my agent, I will tell like what your 10 basket to generate lead. And then they can come with me with the idea that, okay, so now you focus on 5, and then we are talking after a month, like how the basket working. In this market, all the lead gen still working. But I saw my production kind of like drop in November. Like it just started in November. So at that time, I know, okay, my statistic, back then I talked to 5 people every day. So now I need to increase the person that I need to talk. So most the lead gen, I got 3 lead gen too that I feel that it's working for me very well. The first one is go back to your old client and your sphere of the SOI sphere of influencer, sphere influence, and you can keep reminding that you're doing real estate. And that I saw the rate of coming the new client is a lot. But remember now the interest rate is going up, and so you saw more excuse. You got a buyer, but then they keep looking with you a couple of weeks and then say, oh, interest rate goes so high. It's just too fast. I mean, I never see the market. It's like this part, yeah, this is so fast. So if you're not in the market, you're not keep updated, giving the solution, add the value to them, that you're not able to convert them. There's no point, like you get the lead gen, you got the client in, and you're not able to like really convert them like to the closing table. Even now we got investor, and then they told me, hey, if I not get the rent before the closing, I'm not gonna buy it. So I have to go out and buy the tenant. Okay, I found the tenant, and then that investor went, hey, I want the deposit. Even the house is not them yet. That don't belong to them yet. And then I just go by and convince tenant, hey, you need to make deposit. So they're not gonna buy the house. I know, yeah, but I got the key recently. So because they don't want to lose money, you know. Yeah, I got the key recently. So the first one is go back to your old client and your enterprise to get the referral. That sort is still working, but have to increase the frequency of it. So back then I talked to 5, now I need to talk to 10 because I know the conversion rate is getting lower. The second legend, a lot like people know me because like Tara doing YouTube, I do the Facebook ad. So I'm focused on I'm focused on the out-of-state client too. So I'm running the ad of the content of the client out-of-state. So I kept like minimize the graphic area, got more Vietnamese client, which is I know my strong point is convert the Vietnamese client. And then like run the ad especially on it. But again, you need to be consistent on your ad, not just like running 1 or 2. You don't see. Honestly, on the return, if you do 1 closing, it's gonna pay for the whole year of your ad. So I'm paying, I'd say 800 to 1,000 a month to Facebook and Instagram to running the app on it a month. So like if you see the return, as long as you got the return and then pay for it, and it's worth it. And the third sort of lead gen recently I focused on is connect with as a realtor outstate. Yeah, back then it helped with the agent attraction, and also it helped with my production too, because when in this environment when inflation is so hard, people looking moving to Texas, and people start comparing whether living in Texas with I think it's the living cost is lower than in Florida, even like the price of the house is similar. So I connect more with the. Back then, I believe I put the goal that I'm talk to 3 realtor every week, but now I try to put like 10 every week. Yeah. So
with a script, like let's say for somebody in Georgia,
yeah,
you want to connect with them. How do you open up the conversation?
Yeah. So you're not gonna like jump in talking with them right away, right? You need to like really relaying to them, like their story, making comment, and oh, I like content, the house so big, or supply, and then like be a friend with them, and then make the social media content so they can see who I am, and I'm in real estate. I have a specialized in Dallas Fort Worth area. So after 3 content, so I think one of the way like work very well is comment on the story. Let's say I met Andy, and then I saw his video on YouTube, like he going door hanging with the kid. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my kid doing that too. So
Immediately you connected, right?
yeah, I really feel connected, and then you get the response. And well, if you treat it like a business, so when you do everything for lead gen, it's going to business. So I increasing it, and I saw other realtor they sending the lead on my way. Of course, you have to pay for the referral fee. That's one of the lead gen, and yeah. Recently, I feel it's working very well as a outstate
I like the fact that you comment on the story. The story is actually more personal. It's a one-to-one conversation. Instead of like posting, people don't respond to posting.
They kind of feel weird because like after 3 or 4 times, and they never like interact anything with you, never ask anything back. They might just hit the right and love, or yeah.
I think that's how we connected.
Yeah, I think so.
She just liked my video or a comment. I was like, oops, one is on like, hey, I know that you are checking out your Facebook. How are you doing? And that's how we just casually connected.
Casually.
Yeah, whatever platform work with you, we own. So I think Facebook work with us. So it can be TikTok, it can be Instagram, it can be Facebook, like whatever platform you feel working more. I heard TikTok work very well now.
Yeah.
So.
And then since you mentioned that, if you don't mind being direct, it's actually the fact that that very simple gesture. You pick up the call and call to, I know those you don't know her.
Yeah.
That one phone call conversation actually turned into like $3,000-4,000 per month for you.
Correct.
In revenue share.
Yes.
Man, I should.
So I just had a baby, right? So I cannot go to work.
Yeah.
And my passive income is the one that like keep me secure and give me more time for my newborn. To be honest, yeah.
Yeah. So guys, don't give up. Sometimes it's just that one or two phone calls. You are just like, one phone call away from making your next $1 million. So that is a phone call that,
Yeah, get the skill like to talk to stranger. Don't get scared.
Oh God, you guys actually don't know each other until that phone call.
Yeah.
And when I called her, she was driving, I was driving, so we both free and like we chit chat, and that's how
Wow.
the story began.
Yeah.
Well, Tara, other than YouTube, any other channel of lead generation that you are doing that is effective right now?
So my main focus right now is YouTube, and I was planning to extend more on another platform like TikTok.
If you go to TikTok, you're gonna see her. It's cute.
And of course Facebook too.
Okay.
It's because Vietnamese people, because my target clients, Vietnamese community. So I feel like the Vietnamese, they more like interaction on Facebook, more active on Facebook more than the Instagram. And right now I notice a lot of people, they focus on TikTok. So that's why I kind of like spend time and money, to do more video on YouTube, on TikTok instead of YouTube.
Yeah. So one word I keep hearing everybody here on the panel talk about is your ideal client, right? So if you haven't figured out your ideal client, well, go ahead and you have to get it out of your mind, because if you don't know who is that ideal client that you're working with, it's going to be so difficult, to kind of track them down. Like, well, what do they look like? What kind of food do they eat? What kind of activity do they do? You have to really narrow and really down, to that, specific niche, and then, you just go after that one specific niche. Yeah. So, any lead generation tip that you would like to share, especially for
Can I add a little bit before Tuan saying something? So Tuan and Darren actually very new our agent. So remember when you young and you don't got a lot of like script influence. So like the person you growing up with, they're not in the point they buying house. And I have to give the huge compliment to Dawn and Darren in Lichang. Honestly, they got the link pure from social media. Yeah, and gang to Icon, gang to Cap. Cap now team Cap too. Well, right, yeah. Yeah, I will go to make at least to make all the realtor Cap in our team. Before it's icon, well, after icon probably.
New year now, so need a cap again, right?
No.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, talk about lead gen, right? I usually, actually, when I first started, like Duan said, I leverage a lot in my Facebook, as in comment on other people answering.
I see you everywhere.
Yeah, like I'm there because software engineering, like right there, the computer, right? So that is where I actually generate one of my first few leads. And then what I found very interesting is that referral worked very well with me. Like, if you know how to ask referral the right way, and then very neutral amount, and just like just plug it in there. With that referral, it's gonna generate more and more, because one word of referral, one good word about you, the new lead, whatever they give to you, they will be much more easier to close, and then it's just more confident from them feeling about you. So the best way I think, whenever, like the way I do is to whenever I got under contract with the inspection phase, I'm just going through them with a lot of good point or notice. I'm just plug it right there. How I got into this under contract with you with this low price, everything. And if you have anybody looking at buying or selling, recommend me. That's one. And then later on, when we're so close to closing, post closing, CD sent out, I also plug it in another, like, hey, now we're super close to closing. I cannot wait until we close. Plug in another. If you have anybody that's looking to buy or selling, put them over my way. And then on closing day, take a picture and be like, hey, can I post this? And then, you know, if somebody on your Facebook is looking to buy or sell, like, hey, you know, tell them to reach out to me. That referral, 3 points, just whatever that they feel like they're feeling good, they're feeling like they're about to close this, say it right there and then. Even though you're doing this, you feel like you're pushing them, but they are feeling good at that time. So whatever you say is just create that upper emotion on you. Yeah.
Man, what I like about your style is that you don't have any fancy technology, but you're really back to the basic, right? Back to the script, back to the way you ask people for business. Just really basic way, and and it's actually one of the best ways to generate business.
Right.
This is very personal,
Yeah.
right? And it doesn't cost you a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's free.
Well, I mean, starting up, you start with nothing, so you just leverage whatever is already there. Because there are people who've done this before, they gave you advice, they gave you all the instruction, and then you just need to do it. Yeah, so the basic is there. Until I can master these basics, I will not stop doing it.
Wow, look at that. So Billy, the one thing I know about market lending is not only you get a lot of referral from all the real estate agents because you do such a good job. You actually have your own lead generation system that you actually generate buyer, and then you send it out to your preferred real estate agent. Sure. So how tell us a little bit about how you generate business like that. What's the best method right now?
Past referrals, past customers that close already, we call on them, see if they have any,
Very proactive.
see if they have any friends or family in the market. The current customers, we also ask them if they have anybody looking for homes or refinancers or buy. And then also, I'm on the radio, newspaper, magazine, stuff like that. So currently locally here now, but we're going to expand it to 20 different states very soon. So I'll be on the radio for those different states. So if you have any EXP agent or any other agent outside of the Texas, like in Florida, Atlanta, whatever it is, if we have any pre-approved buyers there, it's a lot easier to say, hey, do you have any agents in Atlanta? Do you have any agents in so-and-so? I have a pre-approved customer ready to go. And then that's how we can send it out to them too to help build your team.
Yeah. So what do I like about that? Bye. Thank you.
Sorry, now I didn't know.
Yeah, so Billy, back to you. I think most of the lender that I know, the way they generate business is very passive, right? They kind of depend on the realtor to bring them business. Your company is one of the few companies that I see that actually proactive in lead generation. And then you actually, pick the best realtor for that buyer, if you will, and then you actually assign a buyer to your team. I mean to them so that way you can work together. Yeah. So again, back to the realtor lender relationship. Make friends with your realtor. Those is the most important relationship after you get your license, right? We have Rocket Lending. We have Billy here in Houston. In Houston, we have now also with Rocket Lending. Yeah. So make friends with your make friends with your lender. It's just such a good relationship.
It's a win-win relationship.
But yeah, so I guess we near the end here. I do have this one last question I want to ask, and guys, please be honest because I want to hear the honest answer from you. So, where would you be today if you are not with EXP and especially with Team Legacy, right? And I mean, be honest, right? What is the value of us helping you? Could you do the same anywhere else?
Yes, I just heard this the other day. So collaboration is new currency. So if you want in ASP with the big company, you can collaborate with anyone, even Grant Cardone. So collaborate is very important. You never know anything. When you're going to top producer, you think you're the realtor, you know everything. No, you're not. Real estate is really huge. And when touch to the area you don't know, you can connect with other people and then learn from them and be surrounding with a lot of awesome high energy realtor and people. And you feel like you cannot be high. You have to go up there. You have to go to their level and then and then kind of pick up the high. And
I love that what you say, collaboration, and especially, you know, with all the big names that the company have today. Grant Cardone is with EXP, Tarek Mosa is with EXP, and they even tell, and they even ask us, you know, they ask us, please, you know, leverage our name, you know, to help your business, right? Hey, I'm in the business of the same company with Grant Cardone. Hey, I'm partner with the agency by Tarek Mosa. You know, what is it gonna do for your business? You know, when you start to leverage all this big name, you know, into your business, because at the end of the day, we are all shareholder of the company. We are one big EXP family. So that's the thing I love about our culture. You know, everybody collaborate and help each other, which I never seen at any other broker. So, you know, thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, and for team legacies particular, if you don't know that Jeff and Amanda is our team leader, they rank #1 in Uniso and in
700,000 a year.
700,000 a year. So being leading by that like high production leader gonna affect you a lot with like in your production and also that's how I'm feel very blessed and thank you, May. I'm sorry taking you to
I know, I was
scared. Really sponsor me. I better just say yes right away.
It took us some time.
Yeah, it took some time, but I'm feel very blessed like to be with EXP and to be with the Crimson Legacy.
So why you sign up with me versus Remax? I'm sorry if they're not saying it.
So I
Actually shop me around.
I know I've done my research, you know, so I was completely new back then 3 years ago. I done my research. I interviewed with many brokerages, and you know, of course, I got an interview and you know, find out what EXP about, you know, and I think that if I end up going somewhere else, I will still be successful because you know I work hard, I hustle, but whether or not I'll be able to be at the certain level of where I'm at right now, if I have the leverage at the level that I have right now, I have the connections, I surround with these people right now, I don't think so. And then I'm blessed that I have, you know, the ability to, you know, leverage and connect with other people, grow in different way, that I can, you know, one day retire early, step out, and, you know, I can do more things than if I just like everything is me. And I love to be surrounded with smart, you know, people. And sometimes you don't have to invent the world. Like Jeff and Amanda, they sell 700,000 a year. You may be able to do it as well. If you connect with them, ask them, pick their brand, and then, hey, whatever they're doing, that means that they already get the road for you. Just follow them.
So that's one of the things that I love about, you know, our group, because things kind of laid out for us already. We don't have to reinvent. There's always the next level, right?
Yeah.
If you think it's cool selling 90 houses a year, you know, there's some people, you know, selling 200 houses a year, 700 houses a year, and then, you know, above that level, there's huge team in company that's selling thousands and thousands of houses per year in the entire United States, right? So there's always this thing that you can always move up to. And the cool thing is that, you know, nobody is hiding anything, right? If you ask me, if you ask Jeff, like, hey, can I have your team template? They would happily email to you, right? The stuff that I pay for $10,000 and $1,000, they just email to you, they share to you, because if you win, if you grow, everybody win together.
Yeah.
So that is a really cool concept in our company that I never seen it in any other brokerage. And plus for you, you know, for Kun to meet Dora, I think that's a win for you.
Good is my son and Dora is Tara's daughter, so we are the in-law. 50 in 20 years.
30 years?
Okay, 18.
25 years.
25? Okay. But I think that we all become friends at the end of the day, not as competitor, even though like we may share the same market of clients, you know, but you know, it's fun to work together.
That's something I love about the culture of the EXP. You know, it's kind of like the significance of the EXP that collaborate. So, but the biggest one reason that I jumped to EXP or I joined EXP is the benefits of the EXP beauty. You know, because my goal is big and I want to grow is big and faster. So that's why I joined EXP, because you know, I my vision is like EXP can give them a tool that I can, you know, create my own team inside a brokerage. Besides, you know, instead of, you know, get your broker license.
Exactly. I got on that.
And I don't have And the second thing is I don't want to sell real estate for the rest of my life. You know, I want to retire early, like about 40, 45, 50, you know, and I got another passive income from revenue share.
Yeah.
That's a big thing too. And I love to surround it with, you know, like positive elements or successful people. So that's why, you know, EXP is, you know, the best decision for me right now.
Yeah, and then one thing for you, Tara, since you are doing YouTube, you know, one thing you probably see Jeff is doing right now.
Yeah.
The one reason why he was able to scale up his production to 700 houses here so quickly is because it doesn't cost him anything, you know, to sell houses, you know, in another state, right?
Yeah.
EXP, you know, without a franchise model, right? This is one brokerage across the entire United States. So let's say, you know, later on, Tara decided to hit, you know, the Florida market. She need to she gonna go there. She do a video. She generate lead there. All she need to do is get a Florida license, and immediately you can sell to Florida. You can recruit team leader there, and you can start operating business, you know, in a different city, in a different state immediately. Versus if you are with any other brokers, you know, that is gonna be a pain in the ass, you know, to kind of, you know, move franchise and then, you know, open up a physical office there. You can scale your team here with the speed of the internet, which is not a lot of people they realize that until they see the production that we're doing and the speed that we are doing right now.
I go next year.
Yeah,
Can I add one more?
sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is I realize after I joined EXP, not before. So I believe realtor is not just focus on to take commission. You need to get different stream income, which is I saw in EXP. Like not just the commission and the active income, we also offer rev share, which is we need to have the team to produce. So if we offer people and bring people in and they not produce, then no one win. And we also got the program about equity. So if you hear, we're not working for money now, we're working for cash flow and equity. And we got a piece of equity within EXP. They're gonna grant our free stock for you, kind of like prepare for you to retire. And again, yeah, I like Tara. We don't want to sell real estate for the whole life. Like we're getting old, we cannot run around. We got so many young men.
I know.
They attract all the leads, and eventually there's no leads gonna come into us anymore. So
Sad. But instead now we are working together to build the new generations, you know,
Yeah.
new agents. We support them, and it's the win-win at the end of the day.
yeah,
You
so
agree?
we got the rep share and it helped. I mean,
It helped me when I'm away. Yeah, I disappeared for the last 3 months, and I still have, you know, money coming in.
Yeah,
It's
so
a big help.
So that's one of the benefits, you know, especially for men, you know, once you just have a baby, you know, that custom, you know, really gonna make a difference whenever you have to really step away from your production. And then, you know, and in Houston, she always joke with me, it's like, you're probably the only one realtor that I know that don't pick up your phone after 6 o'clock, don't work on weekend and go to Europe for a month and come back and have, you know, like basically, you know, the everything is still going on, right? Because they have options. I have stock, I have rev share, you know, I have options in my life, right? Selling real estate, although I love it, it's become optional, right? That's the key, right? Selling real estate is now optional. And I cannot do that without the system and the leverage that this company gave me, and especially in my group. Right, so yeah, I really want to end with that and open up the panel for question.